All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Sponge, alongside Jam and Paul here for another new episode of WrestleLaunch with all three of us.
And we're just going to get right back to the conversation that we've been having because we've just been talking about everything.
Jim, how the fuck? It's only been 3 months that Danhausen's been in WWE, and he's done more in his goddamn thing than anywhere else. I don't know how not any company has, utilized this fucking mascot of a wrestler ever like this. I don't get it.
So I've always had this theory where certain wrestling gimmicks are certain promotion
Made for
coded.
certain promotions.
Yeah, Danhausen, straight up, and I'm telling you right now, this is something that I have said since the day I found Danhausen, because I remember Danhausen 2021 for me is when I started following his YouTube, and I remember looking at my roommate and going, if this dude ever makes it to WWE, he is gonna make fucking millions of dollars. He's like, what about going to AEW? And I said that AEW is not the type of world dominator that WWE is. The way that WWE works with people, if they believe in you, they will blow you up to the moon. And look at what they've done with Danhausen. They did just that.
He made hella money in AEW without even being on.
He did. I mean, you're not wrong. You're 100% correct.
But what did it do for his career?
Exactly. WWE gave him his blimp, dude. I'm sorry, but that's been his thing ever since Donovan Danhausen became the Danhausen character. You are cursed. Ever since he started doing all that, I'm telling you, the teeth, the blimp, the fucking thinking he's 7 foot tall, all of these things, all of that stuff. Right? Yes, he did some of that in AEW. Okay, and I'm not knocking AEW because you know me, I like AEW. I think I'm wearing an AEW shirt right now. But the point is, AEW is not that conglomerate that WWE is, which is fine for people like Danhausen. I like Danhausen. I'm happy for Danhausen.
To get that on film, he said AEW is not a conglomerate.
Bro, I just recorded that.
Oh, you really did.
I hit record before I said that, so because I knew you were going to say something.
That'll be my new intro.
The point that I'm saying though is that certain gimmicks are coded for certain promotions. Like Leo Rush being Blackheart in AEW right now and doing the things he's doing on the Indies. Perfect. That was a chef's kiss for anybody out there that are saying.
But I think they could have utilized Danhausen like they utilized Leo Rush.
They could have.
In that manner.
They definitely could have. You're right. They definitely could. The only problem is I don't necessarily know if Danhausen wanted to. Because, yes, they did have their Danhausen Dark on a pay-per-view, I believe, or something. And, yes, when Danhausen first came up with the character, that was always originally the point. But Danhausen is so over, okay? He is extremely marketable to children. AEW is not exactly a children place. There's kids that go, obviously, but they are not as coded to children like WWE is. Like, how many little Danhausens have you seen in the crowd? So what I'm saying is that WWE it's the same thing with Rey Mysterio, with how his mask is being pushed, Penta, with how he's being absolutely fucking adored. I'm really happy for AAA for that sense because that's another really high marketable thing for them because they have so many people with masks and that's a big selling thing in Mexico, especially. If you even go anywhere near that border, my God, the amount of markets that have fucking masks. Jesus Christ. You understand how that stuff transitions. You're literally in a Lucha Libre school in Washington.
Hey, why is he doxing me on television over here?
Brother, you put that shit up on your on Facebook and everywhere. And actually, it's not doxing you. I'm trying to give them the credit that they deserve for training your ass to go into professional wrestling because someday you're going to give them credit like Kevin Knight gives people credit.
100%.
So say the name because that's why I asked you earlier.
Lucha Libre Volcánica.
Thank you.
And then the whole school appears just like Joe Henry.
When it comes to it, you're gonna have those big, not waves, but you're gonna have that overlap. You're gonna have those people who are gonna go, ooh, You know, you've got so many more people who have found Danhausen. Look at everything that he has done. You are 100% right. Since he's joined WWE, he has done exponentially more than he did when he was in AEW. And it's mainly because of the way that WWE has been able to market him and have so much fun with him. Because they've given him such a platform. And good for him. Like I said, he got his blimp. You have no idea how long he's been going on about that fucking blimp, dude. Like, you don't. You really don't. Like, but that's the thing. And okay, just okay. I'm not even talking about it just in wrestling with that fucking blimp. Right? He's done YouTube videos. He's done little interviews and stuff. He himself has been the interviewee, and he has told people that, give me $1 million human dollars in a blimp. Like, that has been his whole thing for fucking years, man. So, like, yeah, I'm really proud of him. I'm happy for him. I'm glad to see him getting what he deserves in WWE. I kind of wish that Fenix would get the same thing. I really hope that him, what was it you said, Paul? He's the AAA Cruiserweight champion?
He's the Cruiserweight, champion. Mm-hmm.
I really hope
Fenix
that transition. Sorry, go ahead, Spongey.
Yeah, I think he deserves a no. Fenix, I hate that they're not like. Yeah, for me, it's him being the AAA Cruiserweight champion or whatever the hell it's called is cool, but it's like, for me, AAA is like a side promotion. The way that WWE's treated it, I think that they shouldn't. I think that should be its own. Like,
dude, there's weeks that's the better fucking show.
100%.
Yeah, literally.
And there's only sometimes 2 to 3 matches.
Yep.
And it's the better fucking show.
You know what?
So I don't think it's I forgot about the fucking War Raiders. I forgot that they were down there.
I was just gonna say that. I straight up. I there's people that pop up on AAA that I'm just like, what the fuck? They're still with the company. Okay, there you go. Let's just go right back to it. Okay, so when WWE bought AAA, I'll admit, okay, and now mind you, this was before I met you guys. I was watching WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, because remember they announced it right before WrestleMania that WWE bought AAA.
You mean Triple Mania? But no, yeah, they announced it at WrestleMania that year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they announced it at WrestleMania. That I was watching that. I was watching that live when it happened. Because all of a sudden there was a bunch of people on screen, and I can't remember her name now. Pena, is it her last name? I think.
Oh yeah, the Pena sister.
Yeah. So I saw her on screen, and I immediately recognized who she was because I've always known about the story of AAA. The fact that Rey Mysterio has been wrestling as long as AAA has been around. He was on the first AAA card at like 17.
Right.
You realize that he has been wrestling only 2 years less than The Undertaker?
Jesus.
Do you realize that?
That's insane.
Because Calibre started wrestling at 14. That's right. Little Hummingbird, Rey Mysterio. Yeah, that's right. For the wrestling historians out there, before he was given the Rey Mysterio Jr. mask, he was Calibre, and he wrestled at the age of 14. And I think he was given the Rey Mysterio mask about 16, 17, somewhere in there. Because he's Rey Mysterio Jr. on the first AAA card. I know that. Who's Paul? Who's Paul this week? Sponge?
Paul Bearer.
And Paul's not even going to try to do a Paul Bearer. I don't blame him.
No, I'm not going to.
Just put the picture up here. Here you go. Yeah. I don't blame you on that one.
I was going to do a separate video. I was going to do the Pier 6 Brawl, but I decided to wait and hang out with you 3 or 2. I'm 3. Anyway, but the big announcement over the last week of the Janelle Grant and Vince McMahon lawsuit going to arbitration finally, which is what Vince and his team has been pushing for forever. Very, very disappointing. I'm sure it's draining her financially unless she struck a deal with her legal team and that's what Vince does with his lawsuits is he drags them out as long as possible to get people to give up or settle out and whatever. But it's just that, like I said in the last Pier 6 Brawl, hopefully at some point I see him get his own for the things that he's done, and he got out of he's probably going to have some sort of financial responsibility with the shareholders settlement, but this one he's going to have some kind of financial responsibility, I'm sure, but we're never going to know. Never going to know. And that's the frustrating part, is nobody's ever going to know how bad this really was.
He gets away with it again.
Yep. Once again.
Motherfucker.
Kind of like the Roadrunner. He always somehow outsmarts the coyote. I don't know how.
Meep meep.
So with arbitration, I have both parties have to agree?
There's a third party that is mitigating the agreement between Janelle Grant and whatever the other side is technically. And basically, yeah, that means that third parties, I mean, in most situations with arbitration, it's the third party. But yeah, basically what's going on is somebody is going to agree to an amount, and everybody is going to basically just say, all right, it's under the rug.
And then we never hear the outcome.
Yeah, private arbitration means that it's closed, it's sealed. We don't get to know what happened.
Sealed, we will never know what happened with it.
And there's no statute when it gets unsealed.
If you sue Paul,
Mhm.
and Paul is like, no, and you want arbitration, or Paul wants arbitration, and you say no, but then cave in, and I'm the third party that says, you know what, arbitration. Is that how that works? My understanding?
Not quite. So do you know what a mitigator is?
No.
It's so okay. We'll say you're Switzerland because they're neutral. Okay. A mitigator is somebody who comes in and tries to find the most ethically, fiscally responsible outcome for both parties. Is that the best way to put that, Paul?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. I was trying to do it diplomatically because there's a few ways to put that.
Yep.
Basically, what's going on is because of how long it's gone on and how long everybody has dragged their feet, which is exactly what. I mean, I'm sorry, but that anybody who has paid attention to any trial that has ever had anything to do with Vince McMahon, all the way back through when he had his fucking neck brace on this goddamn stand, he drags his feet for everything. Everything. So, like, I feel like, how did they not know this was going to happen, first of all? But anyway, he did that, and Janelle finally was, all right, you know what? Tired of it. Or someone convinced her that because of anything else that might come to light, that it would be just as detrimental to her as it is him or anything else, that they decided to go to private arbitration so that they can just be done with it.
I think that's a disappointing factor, especially for a disappointing look for her, in my opinion. Like, in terms of like, but also again, I'm gonna say some controversial thing. I think it's a little weird that once the money stopped going funneling to her, she decided to start speaking. I don't know. Or again, I did read something about Nick Khan might have been the rat too.
This is the conspiracy corner.
Yeah, we're getting into conspiracy theory corner here.
Also, look at conspiracy corner. But me and Paul were talking about maybe with Stephanie or Triple H.
Like how he ropes you into it.
No, we did talk about that.
Okay.
We did talk about it, that it might be Stephanie and Triple H that leaked it.
But recently, Janelle Grant hinted that Nick Khan was the one that leaked the story out, and that's what led to Vince getting booted out. Which I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look what Nick Khan has done with WWE. Look what he's done with WWE, for fuck's sake.
Hold on a second here. Hold on.
Yes and no.
If we're really in conspiracy theory corner here, y'all are forgetting about a certain McMahon that may have definitely benefited from all of this information coming out.
Who, Shane McMahon?
You do realize
the one that wasn't in the company, yes. Or Linda.
Linda.
There you go. Linda's trying to get rid of all this shit because she was trying to go political.
He's got a point.
So she was trying at one point in time to go political, and because of Vince and everything that he did with WWE, WWF, and everything otherwise, they did not want to back her. They literally put her on trial at one point, saying, "Why should we vote for?" Not trial. There was a debate where, like, "Why should we vote for you? Your husband, because they're technically still legally married, even if they are separated. Your husband did this, did that, did this, did that, blah 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 blah, and you willfully were standing by his side like the dutiful wife." So, like, come on. I'm not saying she did, but it would make the most sense. And I mean,
She's
maybe
She
got-
had a seat on that,
I don't see
so
Shane doing it though.
She's the education head or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Well, she was
Deputy
in the
Secretary of
other
Education.
in the first administration. She was small business,
Mhm.
head of the Small Business Association.
And I
So-
believe she was
Doing a whole lot
a
of-
senator during Obama's run, right?
No,
no.
she tried.
Oh.
They spent a shit ton of money trying to get her elected, and it
I
didn't
thought she
work.
did get
Have you never
elected,
seen
though.
the where Vince is like crying and he has that weird haircut and he just all that?
Dude, I've seen a lot of weird pictures of Vince crying with weird haircuts. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. I'm sorry.
It's hilarious.
Well, I mean, I've seen him since the first WrestleMania. Like he's fucking.
But yeah, I mean, it's got a point there. Linda could have been the one that done it just to get a big FU to Vince.
because I mean,
Hey,
he
I-
basically ruined her career just by being him.
Yeah. Literally. But I think it's a little weird that they're not legally married. I mean, not legally unmarried. Sorry, not legally married.
Well, I mean,
money, man, money speaks.
Why do you? I mean, let's go the other side of the aisle. Why didn't Hillary divorce Bill when all that came out?
Because Bill is
I
just
think
that damn good.
Power. It's right. I mean, it's just the power and the whatever. I mean, I'm sure she wants to put it behind her, and she probably never really wanted all this attention. And if these things did happen, it's a damn shame he's not going to pay more for what he did. He's alleged to have done.
I mean, come on, with the shit that he had people do in WWF and WWE in general, the sick and twisted ideas that he had, like, for crying, when Stephanie was pregnant, he pitched an idea that the baby was his.
Oh, he did all kinds of stuff with Stephanie. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but with that alone, if somebody comes out and says, "Yo, he's a sick and depraved old man," I'm probably gonna believe you.
Well, I mean, what was it? Was it Kurt that had to kiss Stephanie
while she was sleeping?
And yeah, well, but he said when they were filming it, Vince was right there,
Yep.
and he's like, "I felt really weird doing this," but
Yep.
he seemed to like, I'm like, "Oh, okay, I believe it."
Well, there was another scene too where she's like in her lingerie or something with Triple H, like it's supposed to be an intimate scene between them or something like that, and Vince is right there. And did she pose or was she supposed to pose in Playboy?
Oh, I never heard that.
Because there was something I remember. Because my brother was about.
I could see Vince trying to push for that. Yeah. Now
I assumed that the Vince McMahon character that we saw was this like I figured some of it was true, but I figured it was like just this over embellished version of the Vince McMahon that everybody saw backstage. But like the amount of times I would hear people talk about him, like in those shoot interviews, were like, yeah, what you see on TV may be a little bit over embellished, but it's not that over embellished. Like it's pretty close. And it's just like, damn, dude, if you're really that big of a piece of shit when you're behind stage, like, I get that there's a gimmick, but at the same time, like, at what point does gimmick stop and you're just a piece of shit start? If anybody saw my Dynamite review, the moment between Orange Cassidy and Andrade, oh my god, fucking hilarious.
all the pants,
dude,
the
that was
pants
so
thing.
funny. And then they had a moment outside with Leo Rush. So like
We routed up, all right, about Orange Cassidy. That man has been doing the same shitty gimmick for almost 10 years now, and nothing different, and nothing has changed or evolved. And I'm just so tired of that goddamn. He's a good athlete, but goddamn, I'm irritated with the damn nothing gimmick
Sponge.
he's had for the goddamn almost 10 years.
Sponge.
That's what I'll say. About
You
Orange Cassidy.
okay, Sponge?
Sponge. What if I told you?
I love Orange Cassidy in 2020, and nothing ever changed. Well,
Sponge.
I'm sorry to be on your parade, but I did think that pants start was funny. But that's about it he's ever done.
What if I told you
in
the
last
Orange
5 years.
Cassidy gimmick started almost 20 years ago?
Well, it's been on live television for almost 10 years.
Well, actually, not even 7. Almost 7 years. There you go. Because this October will be 7. But he did, for a while there, portray an ant character in Chikara. So, yeah. Dude, okay. Crazy thing about Orange Cassidy. He debuted. His debut match was in 2009 in ROH against Eddie by God Kingston. I stole Don Callis' thing. I don't give a fuck.
Gimmick infringement.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
He stole my gimmick.
He did?
Yeah.
You were the Jackal?
No. He was Jackal first, but like I made it better.
Do you even know who the Jackal was, Sponge?
Oh, the Jackal from Marvel. You're right.
No. WWE, well, WWF Jackal.
Oh, no.
Okay, no, that's what I figured. Anyway.
Anything to clown on the age, my age from Paul.
What about Kurgan?
Listen here.
The oddity.
Hey, you know what though? Here's the thing though. It's not about clowning on your age because I know plenty of stuff from before my age. It's more about the fact that sometimes you got to watch the stuff that's a little campy to be able to understand the history of why we value what we have today.
I learn more things every day. Okay.
That's good.
And ironically,
this is gonna be my plug.
Learning is half the battle.
G.I. Paul.
I'm sure.
And now we know. Sorry, Sponge. That one's a.
We're just gonna start throwing out old catchphrases for stuff, and listen to Sponge go like this.
Because Paul's got 7-Eleven. I've got Monster. Do me a favor. Don't get rid of this. Sponsor the channel.
What? I don't drink this stuff. What flavor is it?
It's Pacific Punch. Monster.
Okay. Well, there you go. Pacific Punch.
Yeah, Pacific
only
Punch
drink
Monster.
the original Monster.
Jesus Christ. At least it's
Come
better
on
than
now.
the white stuff.
Oh, hold on now.
I don't know what it is about White Monster. People like they go insane for that stuff. I don't know what it's about that, but I'm not a big fan. I just like the Pacific
It's
Punch.
better for you. It's great for you. It tastes a little bit better. I don't know. It's a very great monster, quite frankly.
I've got a weird thing about white versions of things.
I don't play the drum sound effects. Come on.
Oh,
There it is.
There you go. Yeah, sorry.
I will say though that like talking about the stuff, and I brought up Leo Rush does kind of lean into a thing that I wanted to bring up at one point, and how and actually it's kind of a almost like a triple whammy to a degree, because it does kind of lean into the wonderful IWC, which Sponge loves. We all know, but basically,
Hold on, no.
I'm kidding.
The IWC, like the IWC as a whole, can shove it because they're a lot of them in there are weird and have like angry. They're angrier than me. So
Yeah, well, that's
like
true. I'll give you that.
Sponge, try not to crash out before he actually gets his thought out.
He's already
he hasn't
started.
even got enough.
Yeah. I'm gonna put up a meter here. So like, and I just need, so like, as I say this stuff, because he's muted himself, as I say this, I have a meter up of how angry he gets as I say this, and I just need you to like do little reactions so that I can see him, so I can add it. So, and as I'm doing the editing, so I can see the little faces, so I know, so I can add it to the thing. But okay, so basically, what I'm trying to get to is a lot of people put a lot of stock into what the IWC has to say. Obviously, we're all part of it. Technically, we currently are being a part of the internet wrestling community because we're sitting here and we're talking about wrestling and our opinions on it, which that's fine. Having an opinion on wrestling is fine because, as I say in every single one of my videos, wrestling is for everyone. If you are watching a promotion that does not have something for you, that is fine. Find one that does. Or watch everything that's a part of that promotion, because some of it might pertain to you and maybe some of it doesn't. That's fine. You can still support it because you're still supporting the people that are part of that promotion, and that promotion is still the promotion that you like. So, that being said, people kind of need to chill a little bit. Okay? We mentioned Danhausen earlier when we were talking. And I remember when Danhausen debuted in WWE. Most wrestling fans were, they were the ones that knew who he was were happy. They were excited. They were jumping for joy. There was a whole thing. But those that did not were pissed. They didn't know who he was. They didn't understand. They didn't want to give him a chance. Same thing happened with Leo Rush when he debuted the Blackheart gimmick. When he started doing that little gallop run, people gave him a lot of shit. But now, he's super over. And when you sit there and you think about it, that happens a lot. They do that, where like a certain person will debut a new gimmick, and because of the way that wrestling is in this day and age and how quick people are to judge, they do that so often. They see a new gimmick, and before giving it a chance, giving it a couple weeks to give that person a chance to really kind of develop it, because no gimmick is going to be perfect as soon as you debut it. Everything takes time. Even when Hulk Hogan debuted Hollywood Hogan, his first heel gimmick ever, he changed his look so many. There was one time he had a goddamn skull cap thing with short hair to act like he still had hair. Like, sorry.
Spiked hair.
Yeah. The point is that when he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan, he had to develop the character because he was still doing Hulk Hogan things as the immortal Hulk Hogan. He was still trying to Hulk up. He was still trying to do things to get the crowd riled up like a normal Hulk Hogan would, but he was no longer normal Hulk Hogan. He was heel Hulk Hogan. So it took him months, honestly. And we've shouted him out before, if you were to go back and you were to watch Wrestle Bios and see him do the Reliving the War, you would actually be able to see his reaction along with your own watching Hulk Hogan do those things. It took him probably about 3 months before he really got the Hulk Hogan character that everybody remembers as fondly as they do, because it took him so long to remember, yo, dude, you're no longer immortal Hulk Hogan, you're Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You're supposed to make the crowd hate you. So people they just need to chill a little bit and give people time to develop those characters, in my opinion. Because Leo Rush, same way, did the gallop, did all this crazy stuff, talking to himself. People didn't get it until AEW started to be like, hey, here you go. We're going to put you out here a little bit more, get you to kind of talk to the camera, get you to do some crazy things. Now he's doing stuff with Orange Cassidy and the conglomeration with the fucking umbrella and like doing all the stuff at ringside. Like, he's not only over, but he's getting TV time because of how over he has become. Same thing with Danhausen. People hated him, and now look at him. He is everywhere. And I'm sorry, but whatever the hell he did to The Miz, awesome! That shit made me cackle in my office the other day, so I'm happy to have seen that happen. Jesus Christ, that shit made me laugh so hard.
That's because he got electrocuted the week before.
Okay, I was wondering what the heck happened, but it's just
he was in the lab, and he would go to touch something, and Danhausen would go, "Don't touch that," and he'd touch it anyway. And so Danhausen goes, "Really, don't touch that." And he touched this one thing and he electrocuted himself, supposedly.
It made me laugh so hard because he's sitting there talking. I think was it Kip Wilson he was talking to?
Yeah.
And it just awesome. Just Miz is currently doing some of my favorite work of his. And I remember when he debuted in WWE because I hated him. I thought it was so dumb that a Real World, I think it was Real World, character guy was becoming a wrestler. And then I watched him wrestle and I was more annoyed because he was good. And it's like, fuck, why do you got to do this? Right? Because like, it shouldn't be that easy for him. And now as I've gotten older and as I've watched his gimmick develop and I've actually I've gone back and I've looked at a few things that he did because I was not paying attention to wrestling when he was a champion and whatever. Cause I remember someone being like, yeah, he was WWE champion. And I was like, what?
Beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah. With a concussion.
Yeah.
Like, I remember someone telling me that. And I remember being like, fucking, who now? The Miz? Mike Mizanin. So And on top of that, he married Maurice. So it's just like, damn, boy, you live in life. So I'm proud of him because he grew on me. And I'll admit, I proudly will admit, when Mike Mizanin first debuted, I fucking hated his guts, especially with the gear he had. Like, my God, it drove me nuts. He looks so dumb. But it's become the Miz. It's who he is. And it grew on me because of the gimmick. I had to give it time. I unfortunately even had to give it years to allow it to grow on me because it took me that long to get it. And that in wrestling is the biggest issue with the IWC. It does sometimes take people years to get it. Same thing with me. Like, I'm not necessarily an AW sicko, right? I'm not somebody that's like, oh my God, there has to be blood. But I will admit that if blood does come into play, if it makes sense, I'm okay with it. You know, there was a while there where I will admit Jon Moxley was bleeding every fucking chance he got, and it made dumb reasons and stuff, and it had no sense to it, and I hated it. It was annoying. But now, you know, they've gotten a lot better about that. And for me, that's okay. Like, there are still some things that they do. I don't fucking like light tubes. That shit's dumb. But you know what? If people are going to let them do it, if people are going to live their life with it, then fucking whatever. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean other people don't like it. And for me, that's my caveat, I think it's caveat, to another thing that I mentioned, because, like, I personally think that because of wrestling being for everyone, that you should be able to watch everything. And just because something isn't for you, you can still watch that and be like, okay, well, that was cool. Or, well, I didn't really like that, but that was cool. You know, I sat down and I watched Mystery Wrestling the other day, and I like goofy shit wrestling. So Stu Grayson currently has been in a feud with basically Vacant, which the Invisible Man, and he told the Invisible Man that if he could find a tag team partner, that he would face him again. And the Invisible Man came out with the Visible Man, which was basically just a dude with a high-vi vest and one of those, like, really brightly colored baklavas. And he was a high visibility person.
Jesus Christ.
But it is stupid and obviously something that Sponge would not like. But I thought it was hilarious.
Obviously.
Who?
Stu Grayson. I can't remember who his tag team partner was off the top of my head, because it was Evil Uno's wrespling promotion, so Uno was on the call. So it was Uno and some other guy.
I used to like Stu Grayson out of the
I like Stu Grayson, actually. I like him a lot. I do.
Well, now that you told me that, I think he's a joke, and I could get a mess over him.
Well, that's a problem, because personally, the way that I see things, if you are a professional wrestler and you can wrestle an Invisible Man and actually make it be entertaining to a crowd, that makes you a better wrestler to me. So,
well, let me tell you this, young man. If you can fight the
did you say
Invisible
young man?
What?
I said old.
Okay, you almost had
Invisible
Resgen
Man
come
off,
out.
and make the people around you make that shit look good. That's fine. If you're using that for TV air, yuck.
Dude, it's for a YouTube show.
Yuck.
Sponge. You know, we were talking about this before you jumped on.
Yeah.
And there's different layers. I can appreciate just about anything on a show. I don't have to have a whole show of great technical matches. Those are good to watch. But I also need a story. I also need to be entertained. And that's where all the pieces come together. If it was all the same on a show, would you watch it every week?
I'm going to say yes. I will literally tell you yes from me. But I will say that stuff isn't for me. Like,
You walked into that when he does watch WCCW.
The only Invisible Man, like the Invisible Man is the one thing that is not. Like when they did the stupid
That's the
chair,
one thing that pisses you off?
The one thing that actually gets on my nerves is the Invisible Man. Like when they did the dumb chair entering the Royal Rumble, their Royal Rumble, not the Royal Rumble, that was hilarious. But Jeez, but the Invisible Man. Anytime I see anything with the Invisible Man, Jesus Christ, that gives me a headache.
Don't watch Japanese wrestling then, please.
So
I'll watch plenty of it, but it's not gonna be.
No. Because I'm
So-
gonna tell you right now, a world championship like a belt has won a belt in Japan. It pinned the champion and won a belt. It won itself.
okay, Sponge, look, I can understand you not liking it, but would you not watch that said promotion or the rest of the show and not find anything enjoyable on it? Sponge goes
Like-
quiet.
He's
Like,
thinking.
what do you like? Enjoyable? Like that would be my enjoyable segment.
No,
I would
so what he's
literally-
asking
I-
is, would you
but
stop
what I'm
watching the
saying is-
promotion if you saw that? Like, if you stop, would you
Say
stop
again,
watching the
sorry.
promotion completely if that happened?
Well, I still watch AEW, so I have not stopped watching
So,
AEW. No.
If you knowing that they do segments like that in Mystery Wrestling, the next time they have a show, would you watch it?
Yeah, I would still watch it. That's the thing. I wouldn't quit completely. I will look at the artist that's in the ring doing the artwork a lot different in terms of, hey, that's sick as hell that you could do that, but because I really liked Stu Grayson when he was in AEW. I really liked him.
I've always liked Stu Grayson.
A fantastic worker, but
My thing is though is that you're as you go, and I even told this to Paul.
100%.
As you go throughout your training process, there's gonna come a time where you're going to need to make a choice between that part of you, okay, and giving 6 people that showed up for your match a show. Okay. Now you might want to, be serious and plan everything out like you had, whatever, and have it be a serious thing, or because there's literally 6 people in the crowd and 4 of them are children, do some goofy stuff to make the kids laugh. Are you gonna be that person who is way too serious and just has a match, or are you going to be the person that makes those kids laugh because you might need
I
to do
think you
goofy
think,
stuff?
I don't know, I think you have a misunderstanding me very well.
I'm not saying that I
Invisible-
misunderstand you. I'm just saying that when it comes to doing
Man,
goofy stuff, it tends to happen, and
I never,
that's where you
never
do it.
the goofy comedy. I said the Invisible Man is stupid, and I absolutely do not like it, and it is not for me. It is for drunk alcoholics in the crowd that think that shit is absolutely hilarious. That's what that
I'm
is
not
for.
drunk nor an
I know
alcoholic, and I think it's funny as hell.
But those people paid to watch
See,
that.
You're also,
Doo-doo. That's-
but the thing
But
is,
no,
you're also
they
shitting on those people
also
that like it.
paid. They also paid to watch whatever else was on that card.
the rest of the card. But you're misconstruing me. I'm not against goofy shit. I just do not like the Invisible Man. Like I've seen old WWF.
Okay, but hold on.
Like,
My question though is that if people in the crowd that do like the Invisible Man, why are they drunk alcoholics if they do like it?
well, I'm not labeling everyone, but most of the time, most people, I've gone to shows with dumb shit like that. I've been to GCW shows, and it's mostly that's
Hold
the
on.
crowd that.
Hold on. GCW is a whole different fucking ball of wax, man. You can't.
Hey, they're all still in the same clown circus of nonsense.
I mean, yes, but GCW also is the type that will have death matches and have blood fucking everywhere. They're not going to do a goofy match.
That is a goofy match. What do you mean? Having blood everywhere and
Bro, what?
nonsense?
No.
Light tubes,
There's a difference
Nonsense.
between nonsense and a goofy match. A goofy match is like Orange Cassidy and Andrade taking their pants off.
Not really. When the athleticism carries the rest of the match outside of that goofy spot.
But that's okay. But that's what I'm saying is that GCW. I'm sorry, but I don't like Nick Gage. There's nothing
Oh
truly.
no, neither do I. Neither do I. We
So-
can agree there. We can agree there.
I'm not a big fan of Nick Gage, so like, there's no athleticism to hitting somebody with a light tube. I even said that earlier. I don't like light tubes. I'm not a big fan of that. That's not my thing. Even when I was wrestling, like, fuck you. You want to hit me with a light tube? Eat shit. I'm not doing that. Like, that's no way, buddy. Like, I don't care how much money you could pay me. You could buy me a house. You could fucking give me a Jaguar. You're not getting me to take a light tube bump. No, thank you. I'm not dumb. I'll even go crashing through an actual pane of glass because I know how those motherfuckers will break. Fuck a light tube.
We'll see about that in 10 years.
In 10 years, motherfucker, I'm going to be almost 50.
Exactly. And you told Paul it's never too late, so live by your word, man.
If I can actually get that promotion going, like I said, yeah, we'll see what happens. Because I do want to, I will admit, and I want to put this on the record since we're recording, I do want to have one last match. I do want my daughter to see me in the ring at least once.
You know what? It'll be me versus Jim on the Paul on a pole match. There you go.
Paul is probably tall enough to be the pole.
Okay. Paul in a shark cage. There
There
you
you
go.
go. Shark cage.
Or can we
Shark
put him up
cage.
on a pallet lifted up by a big ass like
Yes.
dozer?
Yeah.
And he's holding the keys.
Forklift.
Paul
Yeah.
Bagwell on a pole man. The thing with goofy shit, right? It's gonna be everywhere. And that's the thing about wrestling is like, yeah, I understand you don't like goofy stuff because you like to be serious and you like certain things, but you gotta remember, man, wrestling started in a circus. Like, well, the wrestling.
100%. You don't need to tell me this historian nonsense. Again, it's not for me. There is for someone else.
Okay, but that's fine.
Invisible Man is not for me.
It can
It's
be
for
not
other
for
people
you.
that enjoy it.
I guess what
you're
I'm
allowed
saying,
to not like it, Sponge.
yeah,
Yes, I'm allowed to not love the Invisible Man, and someone else is allowed to love the Invisible
which is totally cool. I'm not having it.
I'm not against doing anything goofy as long as it's not the Invisible Man. If it's anything with the Invisible Man, I will
All right,
literally
fine.
rather.
We're gonna put you up against the invisible ghost.
All right, now. You know what? If you're able to put a curtain that has a string to it, then there's something actually there.
I actually do have a friend that his name is Ghost.
God.
But anyway, I concede.
I agree with you, and I understand what you're saying. I really do. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm really not. Although it is fun, and I know that Paul gets entertainment out of it. But the point is like, you can not like things, and that's totally cool. I have no problem with you not liking things because there's plenty of stuff that you like that I don't like. I guess my thing is just, instead of thinking less of people for it, just understand that it's part of the business, I guess, is more what I'm saying. Because, like, Stu Grayson's been around 20 years, man. Like, if he decides as a 20-year vet to do the Invisible Man and he gets paid for it, I'm going to let him do it because...
I'm not thinking, that's the person I'm thinking as. I will say credit. If you can wrestle the Invisible Man, not on a screen and it's not recorded and it looks clean because it shows off your skills, fine. That's amazing. Because that takes, to sell to nothing, that's a lot of fucking artwork and a lot of, talent. And to give to nothing, that's a lot of talent. But I just will see you as why. If I see Bret Hart, this goddamn great technician for 30 years, goes hard, and then for some reason on an indie match he wrestles the Invisible Man, I'm just gonna be
it's
like,
not like
wow.
it's just for nothing. It's actually been going on for a while.
Well, again, I know that, but I'm just saying because I like Stu Grayson. I liked him in AEW. I'm telling you, that whole stint when he was there, and then everyone was hurt, and he was the only one on the show being there consistently until he got hurt. Again, one hell of a talent athlete.
I'm trying to remember what the dude's name was now. But
See, this is the kind of thing I'll be away doing something and I'll hit up the Discord and I'll see these two talking about something like this. And I don't interject comments. I just sit back and watch and just enjoy it.
he doesn't have to because he just knows it's going to happen.
It's great.
But I'm not angry at it. I get it. The
Yeah, no, I know
ultimate thing nothing can get me more rowdy than the damn Invisible Man.
Well, okay. And my thing with it though is that when it comes to like mystery wrestling, that Invisible Man makes sense because they also the point to Evil Uno's Mystery Wrestling is you never know what you're going to get. There's actually
Right.
John Morrison, Johnny TV, Johnny Nitro, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Say everything.
He had a wrestling match in Mystery Wrestling. I can't remember the dude that he wrestled now off the top of my head, but he is the typical guy that Uno likes to fuck with, and it was a God, what the fuck did they call it? But it was basically a first to 25 count match, and you had to pin your opponent and get a combined 25 count to win. So like if you pin somebody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kick out. Okay. The next time you pin that person, 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. So and like if I remember correctly, John TV won with a 1 count because they were both tied at 24. They were calling him Johnny TV because it wasn't Johnny Mystery, but yeah.
See, that match I can get a cackle.
But they do stuff like that,
Yeah.
and
I don't know the other wrestler, but Johnny Nitro is one hell of a performer.
I can't remember the other dude's name, but he was funnier than hell. Max Caster went up against Crazy Steve.
Jim. Max Caster.
Yeah.
What the hell is up with Max Caster? Is he no longer in AEW?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, how unfortunate of a waste of potential talent that Max Caster is no longer.
I really don't know what's going on there. He might be. I don't really know, to be honest with you. But I just know he wrestled Crazy Steve, and it was funny. The entire match, Crazy Steve was trying to give Max Caster his mixtape on a USB. So Crazy Steve has trunks, and he's got a little zipper pocket on his trunks, and the USB is in that pocket. So the entire time, every once in a while, you guys want to see a body slam? And then like he comes around the front, and he's got the USB. He's like, or you could listen. And then, of course, Max is being Max, and he says no, so he body slams him. So it's actually relatively funny when you watch a whole show. And personally, for me, it's like you watch a whole show, and if the random tag team match that has the Invisible Man in it that primarily doesn't even have the Invisible Man wrestle in the match except for the last like 3 minutes is what it is, it's actually pretty good if you ask me.
Well, do you want to know another thing that gets on my grooves over here? So I had to sit through fucking Shawn Michaels and God versus Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, but I don't know what.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, yeah, that was dumb as hell.
Yeah, but see, now that I can understand being annoyed. That was a motherfucking pay-per-view match, dude.
Right.
Okay, Stu Grayson versus Stu Grayson and whoever the fuck his tag team partner was in that match, and against the Visible and Invisible Man was a free show on YouTube. So like,
hey, I will segue into wrestling other things. Paul, you're the WWE guy. Jim is the TNA, AEW, and other guy.
I wouldn't even say TNA anymore. They've pissed me off. That shit's just dumb.
You know what promotion has not been pissing me off, and I haven't watched WWE in weeks. I cannot with
really
that garbage.
Hope we're about to say the same thing.
I will flat out tell you, garbage product. I can't watch that shit. I don't know how Paul doesn't.
He watches AAA because of that.
Okay. Look, Sponge. You've got to look back at how long I've been watching this product. I have lived through some bad times.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I can deal with a little bit of nonsense compared to what I've seen in the past. Go ahead, finish your point.
But as I was saying here, that is true. You're very valid. I can name a bunch of crazy dumb nonsense from the dub. But a promotion that I've been watching consistently since they've been on YouTube, MLW, I have been enjoying really, really much more than anything other side than AAA, because AAA is also my number one promotion right now. MLW's been really fun to watch. I don't know if you guys have been watching.
Well, I mean, I got home from my round trip, 2-day trip to Georgia, and that's the first thing I did was watch because of I've been meaning to watch it, just hadn't had time. I watched the episode this week when Jim mentioned in the Discord that the guy messed up the table spot.
Oh yeah.
So I had to watch. So it was a good show, and I like Killer Cross. I still don't understand how you could fumble him in WWE twice, but whatever.
Thrice, wasn't it? Because I'm pretty sure he was there another time before, wasn't it?
Was he there before the? Because he was in NXT. He was the NXT champion. Then when he got called up, Vince changed his whole gimmick, took fucking Scarlett away from him, put him in that fucking stupid outfit.
His debut, he lost to Jeff Hardy. Remember? No.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
But I expected more out of Triple H booking him
Okay,
than
so
I
I
did
did too.
Vince.
Right.
And-
I agree
and-
because he booked him in NXT until the NXT title reign. He literally
Right.
booked him.
right.
I mean, he is very what's the word?
Bald.
Outspoken about what he needs and desires and what he wants to do and whatnot. So, I mean, maybe there's a possibility that he was a little bit too outspoken, and TKO was just like, "Nah, dude, you sit down. You don't get to make those
Well,
decisions now."
Yeah, that could be. I have not watched it yet, but I know there was a thing came up in my YouTube feed of Cross on Ariel Helwane's show, and that's the one little clip I saw. Says he hadn't talked to Triple H since he left. He doesn't know if that's even allowed anymore because he doesn't know the layers above Triple H that are, and we've seen interfere in business.
Yep. Honestly, yeah. I mean, like, who knows what he's allowed to do and what he's not allowed to do. I mean, that's honestly, I didn't even have this written down, but something I remembered because you had mentioned what you saw on YouTube was there's like 50 wrestlers that have left TNA since the whole WWE invasion, merger, use, whatever thing.
Help.
And
Yes.
it's like, what? When you think about it, you're like, wow, yeah, you're not wrong, because like you look at these people and you look at the list, and it's not insignificant people. It is a lot of people that they used to rely on and they used to use, and a lot of them are even like asked for their release because they're not happy with what is going on. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing down there?
Like, didn't they do like 2 people in the last week that asked for their release?
Yeah,
How did Steve Macklin left?
Macklin, yeah.
And then he went and then said that he left at a cut. I guess he didn't leave on good terms with TNA.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I feel like I think, was it you, Sponge, that said that he's not a wrestling guy, Silva?
I have no idea
Maybe
what
it
you're
was
talking
Paul.
about.
Well, I don't want to say George Silva, but it's something Silva. The dude that hands
The head of TNA or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
He's the one that sits
Paul-
ringside. Yeah, he sits ringside and hands the title to the champions every time, which I actually think that's kind of cool. I think that's actually not a bad touch. That's kind of neat.
What did you think it was cool when Vince Russo was handing the title to Hangman to win the first title match?
That's different.
But you stop. That's different.
100% different. No, like having the dude sit there and be at ringside. So, okay, my thing with it, like, granted, this isn't why he's doing it, but the reason why I'm sitting there, like, back in the day, right? You're gonna like that. Back in the day, part of the reason why most promotions, the owner or booker, whomever, was the commentator was because they were the one that was able to make the decisions of stuff on the fly because they were right there. Because back then there was no gorilla position, whatever like that. All of the central booking, whatever stuff was right there at the commentary desk for those little syndicated shows. Because if you remember correctly, the commentary desk used to be right up against the ring.
Yep.
So they were able to holler up to the.
Sponge, you probably never knew that, but
Hold on.
I feel like they would have had. I think they had that in some world class stuff. I'm pretty sure they did.
No. Now he's just fine.
I'm trying to get the sponge meter to go off here.
Oh, it's gone off a couple times already now.
The only thing again that will ever make me angry is if I ever see the Invisible Man talked about here, or if I can bring up that shit that Nick Jackson did at that damn fucking stadium fuckery football field blow shit.
What? I mean,
That
which
fucking
one?
thing. The one where his super kick blew up.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was
That
kind of neat
that
and visual though.
and oh yes, it's very neat, but it was the dumbest shit on the planet. One of the dumbest things on the planet. Like
I
it was a
mean,
really cool visual, don't get me wrong, but it was one of the dumbest things on the planet.
imagine like taking that bump though. That's kind of cool.
And it's cool, but I mean those sparks, they don't do nothing.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's kind of the point.
Point, Sponge.
They don't do nothing, but people are supposed to assume they do. Which I mean, there's a little bit of heat that come off of them. Just
Did you think that Goldberg was just that tough when he walked through those?
Oh, I
Yes.
wish he would get burned. Maybe we wouldn't have to see him more often on TV.
He did
I'm
get
sorry,
burned.
Goldberg.
He wrestled William Regal.
Hey. Oh, that's a good one. Now he's gonna see the spear you and
Where's the sound bar for that one?
man, I think I don't know. I still can't get over in my head that I can't watch WWE. Other than Danhausen. Other than Danhausen, I just can't. I want to just add this one thing. I hate that TKO is like trying to deliberately cash grab out of this shitty bloodline story that has no aura like it did back in 2020 through 2020. Basically, when Cody killed it, when ended it. So I really dislike Roman as a champion because it's just boring. I mean, they basically rebuilt, other than having Solo Sikoa and the remaining of the unreleased remaining of Solo Sikoa's faction. Like that's I don't know. Like Paul, tell me who he's feuding with next. Paul, before I say a bunch of nonsense.
Who, Roman?
Roman.
I have no idea because it doesn't make any sense where they're going.
He was
with
at the
it,
fuck
so.
ass 250, so who knows what he's doing?
Yes,
Oh,
he is.
speaking of 50, do you want to say something dumb? Did you see that what's it called? Roman, your tribal chief, Paul, he was there.
That's what I just said.
I don't know.
It was
Oh,
10
sorry.
seconds ago.
That's
what
what I
he
said.
was just
Fuck
saying.
ass 250.
I told you I'm older than you. I had to take some precaution on my hearing, but
What?
I
No,
don't
you just
know.
didn't know what I
think-
meant by fuck ass 250.
Oh, there you go. Now I remember. TKO. Do you think TKO is going to raise the prices now since they took a huge loss yesterday because all that money came out of their pocket?
Why would they?
Well, I mean, they're still gonna push the limit in along because they knew. I mean that they came out and said that on the conference call I covered.
I think
We're
it was 30.
We're
30
going to
million?
lose $30 million on that. Now, do you think they really lost any money?
No.
Or money got exchanged that wasn't going to be reported
Money exchange without being reported. Because that's how business works.
for
like
that nonsense. So no, I don't understand what they're doing because obviously they're when Punk returns, he's going after Cody.
Hey, if Punk loses that, I'm not watching that for the rest of the year because
You already said you're not watching.
Well, I'm already not watching because Punk isn't even on the show, and then why should I watch? Cody is stale and boring, and they beat Gunther for no reason. You know he's gonna get that rematch, or he's gonna screw over Punk. Call this right now, Jim. Remind me of this. Gunther's probably gonna screw over fucking Cody because, or both of them, because goddamn, he had his foot on the rope when he pinned him.
Okay. Well, here, since you're not watching, Sponge, apparently Gunther has got his rematch against Cody.
Oh, there you go. Never mind.
And he announced that there's going to be a special referee for that match.
Oh yes, it's this Friday, right?
Sami Zayn. So they're shoehorning Sami Zayn into this.
I think I heard
All right.
Sponge's head hit the wall.
I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna predict this. I think Sami Zayn's gonna shoehorn fucking Gunther, if anything, because I think Sami wants the and here he wants the belt. I'm assuming
and he
because he already turned on.
Yeah,
But
he does. He does, but I do not see. I don't mind Sami Zayn, but I just don't see him as somebody to beat Cody.
I don't either,
Oh,
but at the
I
same
don't-
time, I could see it being something WWE is like, let's do this because Sami Zayn is Sami Zayn.
Well, well,
I
my
mean-
thing was I only say Gunther screwing over Punk is because the only person that has beaten Gunther clean was Punk.
Do you know who I want to see beat Punk?
No, Jesus Christ, you want to
There's
get
two people.
now you really want. All right, let's hear it.
First one's Kevin Owens,
Oh yes, that'd be good.
and the next one is El Generico.
Okay, get out of my
See,
face.
now that we talked about this before, I think, Jim. I
Yeah, we
thought
did.
it would be a good idea for Zayn to go completely. He's going heel,
Mm-hmm.
but he gets so upset
Yep.
and so frustrated
quits.
that he doesn't get that he quits.
Yep.
And comes
comes back.
back as El Generico.
Because they've already proven they can do that with El Grande Americano with Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser.
Yep.
Seriously, they've already proven it. All they got to do is just have him go.
Do you send him down to AAA though?
No.
Why isn't in the AAA? He was never in. Well, he wrestled a little bit in
No,
CMLL, but
not.
no, El Generico. He's a Canadian wrestler that was wrestling as a luchador. Come on, he's a Canadian luchador. Like they're gonna have like
And
it's
Chad Gable's an
marketable for
American.
WWE. He's a.
Oh, I'm gonna have Sponge crash out too again. Hold on a second.
No, you're not.
Well, hold your
Oh,
thought.
I'm gonna get the sponge.
So-
the soundboard ready. All right, ready. Here we go.
Yeah. So last week on Raw was an excellent match between Rey Mysterio and Penta for the Intercontinental title. And after Penta won, they were attacked by Ethan Page and Rusev.
And they ripped
And-
this match.
Rusev ripped his mask off. Did you hear about that, Punk?
I watched that.
You watched it, huh?
Oh no, I watched the clip of it on Twitter. I saw him taking the mask off, and then Rusev had him in the chokehold or in that submission position. But we're getting with this, Paul.
I mean, I just figured you'd freak out over him losing.
Yeah, he
losing the
didn't
mask.
freak at all.
The match for me, okay. Well, because again, I think you mentioned this before, Paul. Like, he lost his mask in WCW and wrestled without the mask for quite some time. And
Filthy animal.
say again?
Part of the filthy animals.
Oh yes, and I think I'm at and we're at that point where like Rey Mysterio just walks around without his mask, you know, or doesn't care. I think it's a little distasteful, but he already lost his mask before, and again, I'm
Rey
more
Mysterio
at
Jr.
that
lost his
level.
mask.
I'm gonna run you over with my car.
Chad Gable came out and ran off the other ones and returned the mask to Ray. So did you like that?
I did like that, and I don't know, I did tell you guys this. I think it would be funny. And did you see that Poison Rana box that Ray did? He landed on his head, like just completely crushed his neck. I don't know if you guys saw. Did you see that, Paul? When he
I
went for the
didn't.
Poison Rana?
I watched it. Yes, I watched it.
I think if Ray's gonna retire and it's not gonna be, wouldn't it be hilarious if Chad Gable retired him and became the new Rey Mysterio?
Rey
Like,
Mysterio-
hold on, like, if,
Well, he wouldn't
like,
really be
if-
able to be the Rey Mysterio because there is another Rey Mysterio.
no, yeah, there's many Rey Mysterios outside of this Rey Mysterio,
Yeah, it's El Hijo de Rey Mysterio,
but
which is the actual
but who
son.
cares? Okay, you know this company doesn't give a shit. Imagine if Gable wins the Rey Mysterio mask and he continues on the Rey Mysterio legacy because he doesn't have any kids because you know that's the only kid that Rey Mysterio has is men is Aaliyah or whatever.
Well, she
Realistic.
just reported to the performance center.
Well, she can't be Rey Mysterio.
She could be the Rey.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Yeah.
So Chad Gable
El
beats
Hijo de Rey Mysterio?
Rey
Okay, so straight up, I'll be honest. Like, it's not a bad idea for Gable, but I feel like now that Gable's got the mask off, they're not gonna put him on again. But I like the idea. However, I want to say the likelihood of the theory of Gable becoming a new Rey Mysterio and Sami Zayn bringing back El Generico.
Mm.
I feel like Generico is possibly a little bit more likely. I'm just saying.
So while we're back here, since you don't watch Sponge, do you know about the updated King of the Ring brackets?
Ha!
No, the only thing I do know is that I think it's dumb that Jey Uso won. I did see that, and he pinned LA Knight, which I still do think that Bald Fraud and the TKO morons are mad at LA Knight for reposting that anti about him being a horrible human being in society. And I genuinely think that he should leave WWE for anywhere else because first, hold on.
Go back to
Okay,
TNA.
okay, Double J.
That's WWE. Take all the sales, everything, and then leave that fucking forsaken hellhole because LA Knight should have been a 2-time world heavyweight champion by God now or something. For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
But
that was great.
but also, why is Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring or whatever? Isn't the purpose if you win you get a title shot?
Yes, you do, and I talked about this on the
On your-
Thursday
yeah.
call. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I listened to that.
That makes so it doesn't make any sense. But you could always go with the stupid thing they used to say. Like I said in the Pier 6 of okay, I'm the champion, but I'm gonna enter the Royal Rumble, so I don't have to defend it at WrestleMania. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. But whatever.
I believe that if you're the champion and you enter the Royal Rumble, that means you're putting the championship on the line. That's how that should go.
They did it in 2016. Roman put the title on the line and Triple H won.
Yeah, Mads Kruger did that for the Battle Riot. That's how Riddle won it.
Riddle was. I was never crazy
I'm still not a fan.
I'm not a fan, but that match on MLW I wish they would have finished the match before the interference happened.
Yeah, me too.
Interference was a little bummy, but Riddle as a performer and before he started saying a bunch of dumb shit about everyone in every company for no reason.
Jesus. Well, he's trying to be the rude dude. That shit is
the
just
rude
annoying.
dude should shut the fuck up and high as him. That's what I agree because he's one hell of a talent and a performer and an athlete, and he chooses to burn the bridge with every major company for no reason.
Pretty much.
Well, but that's his MO. He did that in MMA, didn't he?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Was it Bellator and UFC?
I think so.
Dana White. Do you guys know that video? Matt Riddle, the guy that says he smokes weed, marijuana, so he doesn't beat his wife and kids.
Yeah, I remember hearing that one.
Christ.
He's calling shots, but at the same time, Riddle definitely said some shit about Rogan. Or not Rogan.
Yeah.
Rogan.
White.
Dana White.
He said some shit about Rogan, but wrong bald guy.
You're gonna make him. Have you ever seen that video of that interviewer? He's like, "Welcome to."
Yeah, I have. But the thing is, though, is that I've never seen Dana White with hair. I've seen Joe Rogan with hair.
Oh, I've seen Joe Rogan with hair, but me too. I agree.
I was gonna say Paul White with hair because I remembered him as a giant. I'm like, where the fuck are you going, brain?
So I do have. I know we talked a little bit about the wrestling community. I do have a little bit of fear with Jey Uso winning, and now facing in the next round, he has to go up against Javon Evans.
So,
oh my God,
to get to the finals.
Who's on the other side?
The other side of the semis is tonight, Obafemi against Dom Mysterio.
What?
Oh, that's a clean sweep. Obafemi has to win that clean sweep.
How much you want to bet there's going to be a dirty finish?
There's going to be a dirty finish, and Dom's going to win. That's what I guarantee you. Brock Lesnar shows up.
Yep. Or Paul, or not. Yeah, Paul shows up.
This is the King of the Rings in Saudi Arabia, right, Paul?
Night of Champions.
Yeah, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the finals of the King of the Ring will be.
I think Obafemi might be the only one that can go there without a passport.
The finals are gonna be Jimmy Uso and Dominic Mysterio. That's the stupidest, boringest fucking King of the Ring ever.
Probably.
And I like Dominic Mysterio.
They're going to change up how they're going to do the King of the Ring. Why don't they actually change it up? Instead of doing it four ways to get you into the semifinals and then it's just a 1v1, why not have that be like the semifinal?
The final.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that would be a lot better.
It'd make more sense. It'd make a lot less matches. It'd be just boom, boom, done. And you wouldn't have to make a whole fucking pay-per-view for it. That's why they're doing it at Night of Champions, right?
Yeah.
So boom, why don't you just do it that way?
The whole thing. I don't know if you guys remember. It used to be thought.
Well, I mean, it used to be its own pay-per-view, so that's why.
Yes, it would be. Yeah, I was at one.
Yeah.
Which one were you at, Paul?
I don't remember the year. Hogan wrestled Lesnar. I remember that.
So 2002.
Oh my God, 2003.
Okay.
2003. I have it on DVD.
Of course
you've
do.
seen these.
Dude, I could sit here and talk about my DVDs all day.
I'm not
Well,
surprised.
the queen of the ring, Charlotte Flair beat Jade Cargill, Saul Ruka, and Lyra to advance to the final. Okay, now wait. So here's the updated semifinal matches. Okay.
Oh God.
So you got Charlotte going up against Liv,
Oh my
shit.
Jesus.
and then Io Sky going up against Rochelle.
If Rochelle beats Io Sky, I'm gonna fucking throw Jim into a canister of lava.
Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
You know what? If you can pick me up and throw me, I will let you.
There you go. But continue, Paul, with this nonsensical nonsense.
So being even more nonsensical, do you see them having Liv win, and then and having Rochelle win, and they face off at Night of Champions?
Ooh, but is it for the title or is it for the opportunity to fight her for the fucking title?
The opportunity for the title, because that would then happen at Night of Champions, or no, SummerSlam.
No, yeah, SummerSlam. Nobody say that.
Yeah.
Two matches in one, Paul. Jesus. I think, okay, I give Rochelle a bunch of lack, but when I went to Chicago for Elimination Chamber, the crowd loved Rochelle for some reason. I think just genuinely to switch up the opportunity, because Io's already won the belt. Jade Cargill's already had the belt, and Io's had both of them in the last 3 years. She's had both versions of the belt. I say give Rochelle the opportunity, but I see them they're just setting up for Stephanie to screw over Liv, if I'm
Pretty
assuming,
much.
right?
I haven't even heard an update on Vakir.
But I'm going with that. I'm assuming they're just setting up for Vakir to screw over.
They've also came out with, people are talking that they're going to set up Roxanne for a babyface turn.
So does Roxanne turn on Liv and then cost Liv the belt to Rochelle, and then Rochelle drops it to Stephanie? Because I mean, you can easily beat Rochelle. I'm sorry, because she's a bootleg wannabe kind of Rhea Ripley, but with not the aura.
My God, man.
Yeah, she's more like Kevin Nash.
Jesus.
Literally, that's a perfect adaptation. She's a female Kevin Nash. Oh my God, you're right. Holy moly! I'm sorry. I like
Blew his
Raquel
mind, man.
Rodriguez and NXT was good, but I don't. Okay. Now you got me riled up, guys. The Judgment Day needs to freaking die.
Now we do.
Yep.
It has been 6 years since the Judgment Day has been a faction, and this faction needs to die. I am so sick and tired of the Judgment Day. Jesus, how long can they drag this on?
It should have been done when Finn got kicked out.
Absolutely.
After they have a match to blow it off, and then they all go their separate ways.
They can be their street babies or whatever the fuck they were calling themselves before.
Jim, are you against the idea of having him one?
Against the idea of what?
Like how MLW is currently.
What do you mean?
Like on YouTube, at least.
I don't care where they are at, as long as they're putting shows out. Dude, I like MLW. I was like jonesing when they took Fusion off YouTube and they were like trying to shop it around and stuff, and like I just had to wait for them to put up a show whenever they decided to. So it sucks that they didn't get their TV deal, but I'm happy that they're putting shows out again. I don't really care where they put them out.
Do you think that NWA is in jeopardy since Fox bought Roku today for like $33 billion?
I mean, NWA is going to probably do the same thing that MLW does. If they stop getting their platform to post stuff, they're just going to post it on YouTube until they find someplace. That's the wonderful thing about TV rights deals right now. You know, if you can't find a TV rights deal, just put that shit on YouTube, put it out for free, and give somebody a good reason to think, hey, maybe we should give these guys money. Look at what they're doing without it. That's how I see wrestling in general. Like, give people a chance, because otherwise they're just going to put it out for free anyway. Again, MLW. And I was actually going to say that, like, in, what is it? So it's June. Most of the episodes that we're seeing of MLW were recorded in like January and February and March.
Right.
They're doing better with a show that was recorded that far ago than TNA is doing with a show recorded a couple of weeks ago. And that is sad. Now, personally, this does kind of lean into something that I wanted to mention. I'm wondering if maybe the reason why they were talking about the fact that WWE is using chat, like AI or whatever, for their like writing and stuff, is I'm wondering if they weren't trying to basically say WWE already has control of TNA and that's how they're writing their shows, because that's what it feels like, because I have no idea what the fuck is going on in TNA. Genuinely no idea what the fuck is going on.
You know what I say? But I will say I do think they are. I mean, I think it's dumb because I believe wrestling does not need non-wrestling writer teams, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean,
most of the writing,
it's fine if they're non-wrestling, if they understand that they're wrestling or they're writing for wrestling.
Yes. That's what I was trying to say. So thank you for helping me get that out of the.
My bad.
No, you're good. But I generally, because I feel like, why use AI? Why WWE, a global $1 million corporation, using AI when they have like a giant team of writers,
right?
And taking, like, I don't get it.
I'm gonna just say it. I'm not advocating for this, but yeah, your bottom line is Stone Cold used to say, is they're sucking the money out of the WWE's making and cutting their expenses to make more money for the company, not worried about what the quality of it is. They don't care.
Basically, Sponge, like the easiest way to put it, say, WWE makes $10 for a pay-per-view show, right? The cost of the event was $1. So they have to pay that out of that $10. The cost of the talent was another $1. The cost of the staff that worked the event is another $1. The cost of cleanup and whatever else is another $1. I've already lost track of how many dollars. What is that, $5, Paul?
Yep, just about.
Okay. So at that point, that's a $5 profit that they made. Now, there are other incentives that go into big shows like that. That usually takes up another chunk of that. Now, we'll say that's about a $3 deal, because a lot of times your champions will get a championship bonus, or there'll be a gate bonus, stuff like that. And that gate bonus actually comes out of what the promotion makes, because of the fact that they get the gate and then they have to split it down, because the gate doesn't automatically go to the wrestlers. That's up to the promoter. And that's where the promoters get shady usually, because that's where, if you make a $5 profit on the gate, and then you have to give those bonuses, which is about $3, you're only making $2. So when you look at WWE in that sense with TKO, right? If they cut, instead of it being $1 to that talent, it's 50 cents. Instead of it being $1 to that staff, it's 50 cents. They don't care the quality, because they're still going to make the money. Because by the time people notice that they're phoning it in and they're really doing it that way, they've already got your money. And after a while, they have enough people that will still go and they'll still pay the money because that's the thing to do. Look at all the people that go to the Super Bowl. Nobody gives a fuck about the game anymore. It's just
Can
going to
I
the
say
Super Bowl.
something to add to that? To what you're just saying?
Absolutely.
If for the because I feel like like back to what you said about bringing up the IWC. The IWC complains about how bad the product is, but then they go out and show and still buy the merch.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand that. If you want to send a message to Slop, PK Slop, and the bald frogs and the writing and shit,
Yep.
stop fucking watching this shit and stop buying that shit and stop going to this shit. It's fun. We are wrestling marks and fans, and we want to be in the crowd, and we want to see the favorite wrestlers, and we want to be part of the chants and whatnot. But for fuck's sake, stop taking the overpriced slop and just say no. You
Yep.
did it in 2018 in 2019 when AEW was coming up, and it kind of tickled Vince's ear to locking in, giving Daniel Bryan that world title run, giving Kofi Kingston that world title run when that whole entire period. Like, Jesus Christ, stop
Kofi
buying the
deserved
slop.
that. Damn it.
No, yeah, he deserved it. I'm not saying he didn't.
No, I
but
know.
like,
I'm just saying.
that
I'm saying he did. That's all. I'm not saying he didn't.
that would have never happened if the fans weren't doing that. Basically, what they did for Daniel Bryan in WrestleMania 30, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Like for me, it's like be more like Nick Khan and Triple H and Ari Mender can go on and say we're not listening to the online people critics or listening to the people that go to the shows. Like Jesus Christ.
They're not listening to the people that go to the shows either. They don't care.
Right. Like Jesus Christ. Like everyone just like the number ESPN is not happy with WWE right now.
No, they're not.
And I really think Netflix is not happy at all because they're barely getting like 100 or 500,000 more than what they were on cable. And I'm sure they don't bring subscriptions heavy because the only thing no one is gonna pay $20 or those outrageous prices to watch fucking Raw. Only.
Are you doing Meltzer math there on that?
Okay, there's the $10
It's
tier.
okay. Hollywood here should
$12
be doing cornet stuff.
I
All right, but you know what I'm getting at. Like,
Yes.
I know. I understand it. I understand you because that's why I don't watch the PLEs because I'm not giving ESPN $30 a month, which that's another lawsuit that's ongoing.
right.
You know, no, it's not alleged. I mean, they made some
There is a
claims
lawsuit.
when that rolled out.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's a
You
joke.
would be able to watch it, but I'm not going to give up another $30 when I'm already paying for Netflix. I'm already paying for, this and that and the other. I can't do it. And where I'm in the situation I'm in, and it hurts me as a fan to say I can't watch this. I mean, the only reason I went and watched, what the fuck did we just watch? Oh, that horrible, with Obafemi and Lesnar 2. What was the pay-per-view? Clash in Paris. Okay, that's it.
Clash in Paris. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. The only reason I went to that is because the local movie theater had it for $15.
That's cool.
Oh, that's sweet.
Now that is a hidden market that I wish that they would have tapped into because there's a lot of those that would really do well.
And I haven't been to see an event like that on a screen like that since I saw WrestleMania 2 on closed circuit TV.
Mm-hmm.
And
Man,
we can explain that closed circuit TV thing to you later, Spon. But it's amazing that they don't try to tap into that but then on the theater side of it, like there was only 4 other people in the damn theater with me. So I don't know. They may have lost their ass on that one. Yeah. Well, maybe depends on what they were getting.
Was it
charged.
$60?
Well, you tried to sell $15, Paul.
Huh? Yeah. Well.
I mean, it's 4 people, $15 each. That's $60. That's at least 1 month of the paper, 2 months of the app. Boom, there you go.
The app. Yeah.
All right, John Laurinaitis, calm down.
What? Ain't Johnny Ace. Let me tell you now, damn it.
Hey, he gets away with the nonsensory with Vince too.
And even after he turned on him, he's still getting.
Oh, Jim, Paul. He turned on him and then went back to him and then
turned on
twice.
him. Yep.
John Laurinaitis likes himself a good Days of Our Lives swerve. These are the days of my lives. There you go. Johnny Ace had that fucked up voice. I still don't understand why his voice was all fucked up like that. Like, who were you hollering at, Johnny?
I
The
didn't like.
lingerie models.
Right.
I do have to say though that I am getting close to the end of my time with the where I'm able to comfortably record.
You're getting close to the end of your time.
Of being able to record. These Gen
Jim's
Z
got to go
ears
is what
of
he's
his,
trying
they
to
just
say.
stop listening.
Yeah.
Just, do you have any closing thoughts, Sponge? Before I have to stop the recording.
Jim's gonna add this in the edit, but this video is sponsored by Lucha Libre Volcánica School in Tacoma, Washington. If you are near the area, I allege that you should join in. It's every Sunday, 12 to 2. Very great, beautiful sport of professional wrestling. If you love professional wrestling or Lucha Libre, very great school to start your career in the world of professional wrestling.
Call them now.
Keep watching AAA. AAA's best WWE produced show out there. MLW, I'm going to get caught up on that. That was a decent show. 7-Eleven, once again, I'm sitting here with my double extra large big gulp and still have no sponsorship yet. I will try also for a new sponsor, my Den of Thieves boxers. I had my Lucha inspired boxers on when I watched AAA the other day. So come on, I take all sponsors. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Easy to find. Yeah.
We should. You
What
should.
is that, Cody? What is that Cody says? I'm easy to find, hard to beat.
There you
Stupid
go.
line. Stupid line. But
I think
I'm
it's
easy
actually
to
decent.
find. Yes.
You are easy to find, though. I will admit that.
I am. Yeah.
I pretty much said everything I wanted to say in the video. Just give wrestling a chance. Rage bait people who think that wrestling needs to be a certain way because it's entertainment. Because, like, guys, really, like, do promos on the schoolyard. Come on. Encourage your kids that instead of punching to cut a promo, just tell them not to get too personal because that's where you become a bully. Is we don't encourage violence just because we like wrestling. Because wrestling, yes, it may not necessarily be the real thing like watching people knock the shit out of each other like UFC because who the fuck wants that? Thing is even though professional wrestling is essentially a male soap opera, just because we like it doesn't mean that it's dumb. Just enjoy what you enjoy and let us enjoy what we enjoy because at the end of the day, everyone needs to be happy. So just let people be happy. Let people enjoy what they enjoy, even if it isn't something that you enjoy, as long as it's not immoral or bankrupt in some way. Just like it. Enjoy it. Live
Unless it's Sponge and the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Let Sponge have his hatred of the Invisible Man because we all understand the Invisible Man hate.
And I will allow you to love the Invisible Man.
Because in about 15, 20 years, Sponge will have a match. It'll be a grudge match against the Invisible Man and his tag team partner.
We will have a dog.
We will. Jim and I will be ringside for that match.
Yep, we'll call commentary for that match
when it happens.
And we'll just wait for the Invisible Man hot tag and see how a Sponge reacts.
One more. There was a tragedy that happened yesterday, and it was I do want to say rest in peace, Oliver Tree, one of the great musicians. Respectfully, as a kid, me younger, that guy was talented. He was a weird, quirky human being, but it was awesome. And that his music and his character truly drove my passion to being me, genuinely. May he rest in peace.
I'll give you that. I was not a big fan of his, but it's always tragic when somebody loses their life unexpectedly, especially before their time. So yeah, I will give you that. Rest in power to Oliver Tree from the WrestleLaunch boys. Before Sponge crashes out, this has been WrestleLaunch. Thank you guys for listening.
Hey, I will